Question 826. Is it okay for men and boys to comment on women and girls on the street?
Like, what kind of commenting?
As equal as it is for the opposite side as well.
I'm willing to I'm willing to add that to the question. I already thought about adding that to the question. I thought I'll leave it at this and just then explain. Yes, okay. I assume the other way around as well.
Comments.
Say again? Well, we're assuming your traditional objective. We're assuming your traditional objectification type comments.
But are they saying
No.
it to the person? Are they saying it to each other? Are they saying it to themselves? Like,
they're saying it loud enough you can hear.
Then no.
So the person that they're objectifying can hear the objectification.
Yes.
yeah.
You know.
Not. It could,
That's not an answer. That's a string.
I mean, if it's like the typical construction worker nasty comments.
But now
I think there's nothing wrong with telling somebody they look good that day, or they're beautiful, or they're pretty, or whatever, as long as you're not making it condescending or sexually oriented to the point where you're making them uncomfortable.
100%.
So if you're just saying, "Oh my God, wow, look how beautiful she is," okay, well, if she's really hot, she's just gonna ignore it because she's heard it 5,000 times. And if she doesn't think she's hot, then you're just gonna make her feel better. But if you're like putting her down, then making sexual comments to the point of making somebody uncomfortable, I guess it would depend on the person walking by.
Well, it's just based on like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, right? And like there is like a very fine line apparently nowadays too, especially. Well, Amanda's shaking her head.
Not at you.
What,
No.
Amanda?
She's aiming not at me. She's aiming not at me.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna be like, okay, well, elaborate.
I sent her a message saying that she was beautiful to try and make her day, and she's like, no.
See, but like it's like that. Like Amanda's the kind of girl. Like if I was a construction worker and she was passing the street, I'd be like, cool, damn, fuck. Like,
Right,
stop.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? Like, sorry. Like I wouldn't be like,
Yeah, baby,
damn,
what's
girl,
up?
Like, look at that skirt. No, I wouldn't. I'd just be like, damn, like fuck, look at that. You know, like
I have the comments of.
I have a little more class than construction.
I titty fuck her, shit like that. It's, well,
Yeah,
it's usually
no,
oriented around my tits. So.
I'm all like,
Great.
no. Like I know what you mean though. I think every single person who like catcalls me on the street though, I'm such a bitch, and I just give them the fucking finger, and I'm like, fuck you, and they're like, fuck you too, bitch, and then I'm like,
Yeah, I never know how to. I just ignore them. I don't know.
I am though.
Yeah.
Susie's so sweet and personable.
I know. I just love people. They're
But
my
do you not
favorite.
find them intimidating?
Who intimidates? Anybody? No. Other than Beth's brother? Fuck no, nobody. Like and Amanda too, to a certain degree. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, we need to do a test. We need to do a
Are
test.
stupid.
I know. We need to do a test. We need Richard to catcall at her. And see how she responds.
No, because I.
Oh my God, he would never do that, even as a joke. I don't even know if he can make himself do that.
Anything. I'd be like, oh my god, okay, this is awkward as fuck.
Yes.
He would say something. He would say something like, "Hey, lady, you look
And
nice."
he'd be looking
Like
around
he
like,
could never be insulted.
And then he'd be like, by the way, this is no way of what I'm feeling. Like, actually, I just
Right.
think-
He'd
like you were
explain the whole
like,
thing.
this is not what I actually think. Like,
I have to say it. Are you
Know
ready
that
now?
they're making me
I have to
and
say
I don't
this.
mean a word of it.
Are you ready? Say it. Well, this is
Are you
cat on the
ready?
chat.
Know that I don't mean it.
Jenny says, cat calls fucking never. Nerdy says, are you talking about very audible comments such as wolf whistling or slight whisper to a mate as in she's fit, isn't she? I'm talking about audible comments. Aunt Jer says, people shouldn't be commenting on anyone, it's just rude. Natty says, I wouldn't do it and don't want anyone doing it to me, even if it's polite, it's fucking creepy and I'm not interested.
yeah.
Jenny says, all you are
Touché.
beautiful comments are always sexual. I disagree with that,
No.
but I think they are.
Angel's called me beautiful before.
Yeah, but that's again.
Well, that's not the exact same
you're not.
situation, is it?
It tends to be. We tend to be commenting on a stranger more than.
Yes, strangers like. Yes,
I mean, I wouldn't say half
I'm
the
sure
things I say to you to someone else.
to a
I'm
stranger.
sure Angel's friends have said some
I
things
would
about
be like,
you.
I would like to see just your
Yes.
flight jacket, like
I
anyone.
was gonna say.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't be in the grocery store being like, you'd look great in a flight jacket. Like, that's like strictly just Amanda's thing. Like, that's it.
All right.
And me, I like that too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I see another reason I want another reason actually I want a private conversation with Angel. I want to find out what his friends say about her.
Oh god, I've heard the shit they say about me, okay? I've heard some of it. Also very titty oriented as well.
Well, you know, they are like right up there in your face, literally. Like, you know, how are people not going to comment about that?
There you go.
Not a great
Especially teenage boys, like they have one track mind.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you guys. Okay, Josh's kid his voice just started changing. He's going through puberty. It's like the most awkward thing. He grew like a foot in like a month. And he's like, I can talk like a man. It's like crazy. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I remember when I could hear you out there. And now I can't. That's a great thing. It's wonderful. I love not hearing you. But it's also weird. It's like a weird thing.
Angel thought it was the coolest thing when he was, how you can play games on PlayStation and talk to the people you're playing with.
Oh,
that-
like on your
that
headset.
people think he's like in his 20s and stuff all of a sudden. So it's been for a couple of years now, but when it started, he's like, everybody thinks I'm so much older because my voice is deep now.
That is so true. Like it's like a proud thing now. Like
Yeah, right?
It's like I'm a man.
Yeah.
And they
Never
act.
went through that stage where it was all cracky though. Like, you know how
We didn't get that phase. Like when he did I can't say too much, but like when he did like the crackling phase, like that was like when COVID happened, so he wasn't even allowed to come here during COVID. And so it went from to you know what I mean? Like, basically like from when we saw it last to when he is now. Like it's weird.
We spend our entire childhoods trying to be an adult.
Older than me now. Like what the?
Oh yeah, Angel is.
He's not even 13. Like he's 12.
Oh yeah. When Angel got to be taller, he like as soon as he got to be as tall as me, he started like kind of standing on his tippy toes and was like, haha, I'm fucking taller than you now. So I was very proud of that moment.
Yeah. You're like, God, good for you. Give me a minute. I'm just need 5 minutes, okay?
Yeah, right.
My daughter brags about that all the time. Well, you know, I'm taller than you, Mom, by like an inch. I'm like, shut up.
Well,
That's no brag for people. Most 12-year-olds are taller than I am.
Oh, well.
You're
Touche.
5'5". Let me guess, 5'5".
I'm 5'1".
Oh, you're
Jeez.
5'1". Okay, but you're still.
Aw, Grace, all short and cute.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
One of my closest friends growing up, we were gymnasts together. She's still 4'7", so
One
She's
of my
very
closest
tiny.
friends is 4'10".
yeah. So I was a foot taller than her when I was like 12, I think, 12 or 13. And she
I have
never
a
grew any more
question.
than that.
Go on.
I have a question for the men along these lines. I've always kind of thought, that men would enjoy this kind of thing. So if two women are standing there talking and one of them says, "Wow, look at the package on that guy,"
The problem is,
would a man be embarrassed?
usually yes, because
Really?
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say,
more because
really.
it's not something we're in any way taught to deal with. It's not even if it was normal. No,
You
If it
think
was- or
we're
not even
taught
normal.
to deal with random men saying to their friends, "Man,
I
can
think
see
you're
her."
more taught to deal with it. I think you're more taught to dismiss it than you
Okay.
are.
That just shows you how much
Hold on,
more
hold on.
rude men are in general than women. Because
Yes.
men are so rude that we're all taught that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And
it's
men aren't used
sad.
to it because women don't do that crap.
It's
'Cause
sad
we're
that
awesome.
we have to be taught that in the first place.
Very much so. I mean, it comes
Yes.
back to the whole fucking oh, no, I'm not going to go that way.
Yeah, don't go there.
I knew where I was
Discussion,
going, and I just don't want to go there. Right, let me do the chat. Natty says, no, you're going to creep me out. It makes me uncomfortable no matter what, because I don't know you. Nerdy, women used to wolf whistle me. And so when people take the piss like that, no thanks. Santi, Latina's catcall in Miami. Like I've been walking down the street, but they scream nice stuff like happy or on point. Don't actually know what that is. Natty, that's why I don't leave my house. Natty, I hate people. I hate anyone who admires me. I want none of it.
That reminds me.
Admiration is different than desire, though.
It is. Santi says, don't make me admire you, Natty. I'll do it. Sammy says, I really admire you, Natty. I'll mute you. Right.
Did you
Gandia
answer,
says,
Diana?
I love when guys comment on me.
Did you or Math Pig answer?
Math Pig!
I did at the start, as equal as it is for the other sex.
That doesn't say whether or not you
That's
think it's a
not
good
an
thing or a
answer.
bad thing. That's just equating whichever way.
Yeah.
It sickens me when I see men doing it. Honestly, I work in a business where it's like a mechanics and you're standing on the street and, some guys even like going to certain depots because that depot is right around the corner from the shopping centre, and it personally for me, I fucking hate it. It sickens me.
If I could put like just my 2 cents into there, I have been like a bartender and a server for like almost 15 years, and my boyfriend that we've been together for like 4 years, he will come to like the bars that I'm working at and whatever, like he'll just sit there and I'll serve him beers or whatever, but like every guy in this room is like either hitting on me or whatever it is, right? They're calling, and he's just sitting there and he's like, fucking, oh my God, like his blood is fucking boiling. And then I'm like, look, we're going home. I'm $300 richer. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just shut up. Just take money and go.
And saying that, to bring it back to Granny's point, if, I'm not really that I've ever experienced that, but if someone did do that, it might cheer up me, might make my day, as you said. It depends on the person. Like, again, if you have a group of women there, let's be completely sexist. The men are saying, I'll titty fuck her and I'll do this, that, and the other to her. And the girls maybe comment on something. And then I, in my head, think that they're going to say something nice. Maybe he'd be a good dad, or can he do this for me? You know what I mean?
I'm sure like nobody catcalls you being like that.
But that's not an equal. That's not an equal thing.
That's not what I mean.
I don't know.
No, that's not what I mean. Like the girls would be catcalling towards the man, and then when the man walks off, they'd maybe say something nice or think a little bit deeper, because women would think a bit more deeper about men and relationships. The woman walked on up the street, the man is just looking around going, right, who's got the biggest set of tits? They don't think about it afterwards. It's purely lust more than desire, where I think a woman and a group of women would discuss it a wee bit more.
Well,
I think when you have a group of women that are objectifying men, they are just objectifying men in the same way.
Well, are you kidding me? All the time. We objectify men all the fucking time.
This is my point. I think Math Pig has a...
At least
Right, the point is, you're less likely to get them on a street corner as you are men, but when they are in a group objectifying, they're fucking way...
Like, it's like, well, A, I'm not going to do that anyways, and B, it's only raping, like, if you don't consent. So anyways, B, remember how when Rev brought up the fact of, so when, so for a hypothetical situation, a man and a woman are both drinking, they're both, like, equally as hammered, and they have sex, but then it's technically rape because she didn't consent to it. But now let's go to if she was this hammered and getting into a vehicle and she crashed the vehicle, she would be just as liable for getting a DUI. But so why did she consent to driving as opposed to consenting to not consenting to having sex? It doesn't make any sense. So if you're going to say, well, this person didn't consent to this, well, I didn't.
Oddly enough, this is very relevant in Canada right now, which I'm assuming you know.
Well, yeah, I
Because
live here.
your court just struck down something that basically makes being so drunk a valid excuse for many things.
Oh no! I'm not trying to excuse anything. I'm just talking.
No,
about
I know.
hypothetical situations.
But yes, you're right.
I'm honestly just speaking hypothetically because I've gotten a DUI and I'm still haven't gotten my license back, and that haunts me to this day. The fact that I blew like 4 times the limit and was still like even comprehensible was like, and I had my fiance at the time and my 2 dogs in the back, like whatever could have happened, not even to us but like to somebody else. Like, you think I'll live with that every day? Oh yeah, I do. And I will never condone drinking and driving ever. There's no excuse for it.
No. Right,
If you're gonna
Sammy
drive,
says.
just don't have a drink.
Yes. Sammy says no answer. My answer is no, never okay.
Yeah, never. Not even one. Like, honestly, that's my...
No. Well, that's back to the comments, not not the drinking.
No, we're actually back to the actual topic.
Oh, I thought that was... Okay.
Nerdy, women and men aren't sex objects. I prefer to be treated as a person. I hate how oversexed our culture is. Don't get me started on weirdos that send dick pictures. I never understood that one. Unsolicited dick
check
pics.
your phone.
Amanda, check your phone.
Granny!
It's really no. Wait. Let's discuss this for a second. It is super fucked up to open your Twitter and have some like message from a dude you've never met, and it's just his fucking dick. Like, why?
Okay,
Why?
I can tell you why.
You think
Okay,
this is going
and
to work?
you're not going to like the answer. Okay, it is 100% society's fault. Okay, because some girls respond to it.
It's like a...
What girls? I have never known any girl that.
Of course, you've never known any
Ones that are
girl.
whores? I don't know.
Good
No,
thing.
not ones that hold. Usually, very low self-esteem.
I
Right.
have the lowest
And they
self-esteem
respond,
on the
"No, you
fucking
don't."
Planet.
No, you fucking don't. You really
Okay.
don't. You have low self-esteem, but
There
you're
are-
not.
Look, there are women out there way worse than you, Amanda, that will not even come on a live stream like this because they think they look so horrible
Right?
that they don't
And
want to
the-
show their face at all.
The
There
point
are
is,
people like
if
that
you are
everywhere.
beaten down so much that this tiny bit of fucking attention actually piques your interest, okay, that is society's fault. That you have got to that state that you have. Right, and the problem is, there are lots of people like that. And it's just a numbers game. You just send this picture, and you've got to put so little effort into doing it, you just send it to hundreds and thousands, and you will get a response. Now, don't get me wrong, most of the responses are fuck off and die, but you've only got to get 1 in 1,000, and you're way ahead. And it's horrible.
Yeah, because
It's-
not
I
only
mean-
does the woman feel good that the guy paid attention to her because her esteem's so low,
Yeah.
he feels better about himself because that woman responded in kind.
Yeah. And the worst thing is, have you ever? I mean, Suzy might. I don't know the background. Have you ever spent any time at a club just after it's closed?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes,
you've worked.
many times. My
And the
buddies
guys that
always-
go around, the guys that just go from girl to girl,
Yeah.
still in there.
I
Yeah.
have also been on the reciprocating end of that when
Yeah.
I was younger, and I really am like I don't know, whatever. It is what
I
it is.
came out of a club one night, a bar one night, and the town where our bar is about 4 miles from my house. And across the street was a friend that I've known. He's only literally 2 weeks older than me. I've known his little sister since she was born. And she's across the street, absolute fucking mess, drunk off her mind, short skirt, and about 4 guys, as you're saying, Dave, around her doing this, that, and the other. And I took her and we walked down to the taxi stand. I went in and got her food. And when I came back out from booking the taxi, there's another 5, 6 guys around her going, "Do you need a hand? Do you want to go home?" and all that there. I ended up walking her home, the 4 mile out the road. My battery fucking died in my phone. And even though my mother only lived maybe 600 yards up the road, there was no way I was banging on my mother's door at that time in the morning and had to walk back into Newry to get a fucking taxi to get home. But it's fucking sickening. It angered me. Like.
Oh my god.
Right, Granny's answers the question.
No, it's never okay.
There we go. That was easy. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.